Hey, hi all. Welcome back to BRL Knowledge Center. So in this session, we'll talk about double checking locked approach to implement singleton design pattern in C Sharp. So in the earlier session, we have seen the basic singleton class implementation for a singleton design pattern, and after that, we have seen kind of thread safety approach using logs mechanism, so that it is going to uh, invoke the singleton design pattern class as per the guidelines in multi-threaded environment. Now, to avoid the performance issues of this thread safety development, so we have to use double checking logged approach so that it won't invoke or execute the instances method of singleton class every time in the multi-threaded environment. Let me quickly get into the demonstration part. So this is what the code we have written for the thread safety. And here a singleton demo class, and this is the constructor, and these are the variables that have been created so far, right? So, and this is what the instance method to get the instance of your a singleton class, and this is something a method to do a singleton operations. Now when we run this, so we generally gets call here, right? So this is how I'm calling it here. I'm just using a parallel namespace here to run a code in different threads here. So when print method one is calling, it is calling here, and here the singleton object is getting an instance. And when this is invoked instance, the method is calling from in singleton is instance. Now it look for lock instance. Very first time it is locking, and coming here where the first time instance is null, it is creating an instance, and that instance is returning to the print one method. Now, when the print one method is getting instance back from singleton class, so anyway, this constructor is being invoked because the instructor constant like this singleton demo class is creating an instance. So it will automatically invoke this constructor, and this counter value get incremented, and this message get printed on the console. Now, when the second thread is invoking method 2, it is coming here, it is trying to create it here, right? When it is coming to instances method, already one of the resources locked here, that second thread won't enter into this, right? So that's the reason it is just returning instance of previous one. So previously created instance is returning back to print2 method, and as it is just returning a method instance, not creating it, hence it is not invoking or calling this constructor, right? Then just it's printed method 2. But here, when it comes to multi-threaded environment, if I have more than 5 to 10 threads here, each time it is coming here and it is looking for this instances, no, looking for this condition and looking for this and checking for this concept. So in the double check locking mechanism is the best approach in the thread safe singleton design pattern. So first it will check whether the instance is created or not, right? So that we have to keep a condition here. Instance is null or not, right? I'm just closing this here. Okay. I'm just creating here. That means whether the instance is created or not. If not, then it will synchronize the method using lock, right? So once it synchronizing the call using lock for a better understanding, let me tell you. So if it is null, then we are using lock to make sure only one thread can enter with the critical section. And within the lock block, so again we are checking instance equal to null to make sure only one instance of the singleton class is going to be created, right? So after making this change, right? So what it is happening is, so this is every time checking my instance before coming to this lock. Okay. So that means once instance is created, then only it will synchronize the call. That's what it is happening. It. So if you look at the output, right, just save this and just run this. Now you'll see the same output here, right? Counter value equal to 1, print method 1, and print method 2. That means, so instead of coming inside of this logic, I'm just coming out from here itself. I'm just checking instance is already created or not. Once it is created, then only coming here and looking for synchronizing of thread using locks, right? This is something validating before synchronizing your thread call using this logic. Okay, this is again thread safety program. This is the thread safety program here. That means it is just checking whether this is something thread safety logic, checking whether it has an instance already created. If it is already created, it will not come here to look at the log synchronizing calls. It directly comes out here. It will return. If it is not created, then it will enter into here and block the instance and then create the instance. Okay. This is something we can see the difference in broader or huge uh, weight of application accessing on concurrent users, right? So when there is a requirement where you wanted to use this singleton class with the different users in different screens, multiple requests are coming parallelly in the different threads. At that particular point of time, I'll not look at this here area. I'll only look at here, and if it is already created, I'll come out from here. If it is not only created, then only I'll get into inside of this that safety program. Then I'll look for synchronizing a call, and then I'll look for again thread safety here, and then create it. Okay, so another layer of validation I put it here as part of double checking locking approach. Okay, this way you will increase the performance of accessing of your singleton stuff, right? I hope you understand the concept of double checking locking approach here. Only thing was you need to put thread safety logic on top of your locking mechanism. That way it is loop through, or it will bypass all the calls without entering into this critical section part or synchronizing of calls logic and directly come out from the a block. Okay, so anyway, the output is same, but thing is, it will reduce the number of calls, or it will reduce the kind of validation part and time taking, time consuming process to look at the synchronizing of calls being already created or uh, uh, assigned, or it is freed or occupied kind of logics execution process here, and it is straight away come out from this after checking thread safety logic here. So I hope you understand the concept of double checking with this thread safety program. So 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 nothing more added here. Only just kept this condition part here before locking the thread safety instance here. So I hope you understand the concept of double checking locking approach to implement single design or singleton design pattern in C#. Thanks for listening this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.